Could not ask for a better morning. An inch of fresh powder, snow still coming down. The dog's gonna have a good day. All right, so I'll give you a little TLDR in video form. 35 pheasants. 35 pheasants. Out in muley country. Walking back to the truck after our first walk in the field of the day. And I can't help but think about a guy that I saw on Facebook last night asking in one of the Facebook groups. He has a young GWP and having a hard time getting around wild birds. Or him, I think it was a him. And this year I see a lot of that in Kansas. For some reason folks are saying they have had bad luck for roosters and quail in Kansas. And I don't know if I'm just special, but I've kind of been the opposite. This has been one of the better years for me. I attribute a lot of that to onX maps. Not gonna lie, using walk-in maps for a long time. Used to use property maps when we lived out here. onX has changed the way I hunt, mainly because I can scout from the hotel room. The formula kind of that I figured out as far as for Kansas, for roosters, for quail, looking for walk-in that either borders or is row crop, that has a waterway, that has grass in it. The more concentrated the grass, like if it's just one waterway going right up the middle of a milo field, I'm gonna walk it. That's gonna be the spot. A lot of times it'll have trees and brush at one end, probably the back end where they can't get to as easy. We've had incredible luck. This is our first walk-in field of the day. Just driving by it, saw that it was milo in the middle of it with some bordering grass, and that grass is also in walk-in. And so we walked all the way around it in that grass. I kind of had to cut across, using the wind when we could. Most of the time we were able to use the wind, kind of quarter into it. We got one covey of quail, wasn't a big one. There were probably 8 or 10 birds in that covey. I hate to say it, but my older GWP, she has her good days, she has her bad days. Today was not a good day. She flash pointed them, and then I think they were moving a little bit, and she went in on them and flushed them. So they were a little too far to shoot at even when they got up. So we just kind of watched where they went and found, and Gerda, the little Chesky Fousek, see if I can get her there. We're getting a pea shot. So she had her first wild bird point today, which was pretty special. So had her on all sorts of trips, and for some reason she's been the bad luck dog. She just isn't on the ground when we get into birds, which today was a little different. We got into one little covey, but hey, she got her first wild bird point. I walked in on it and I kicked it up and missed. So we are going back to the truck empty-handed, but happy. All right, so after I finished up in the last field, that first field of the day, basically just got up on onX maps, picked a property that kind of fit all my criteria. I've never been here before. I have no clue if it's going to have anything in it. Basically just has a crop field that has a waterway back in there. And this is walk-in hunting. If you were to drive by this, you would think this might be just one big cornfield. But it actually has a pretty nice little waterway just over the hill. You can just see some treetops as you drive by. And so I'm going to walk to the north end because we've got some like southeast wind. Take Gerda, we're going to go to the north end. We're going to walk that whole waterway. Not the handiest thing when you only have one person, you don't have anybody to take the truck to the end. But yeah, this is going to be the field. I'm going to say it now. This is going to be the field where I get skunked. With this method and doing walk-in in Kansas, I have not yet been skunked. This will be the one. I'm going to call it now, but I will check back in when we get done with the field. So here's what we're working with. We've got a waterway right between two cornfields. We're up to 3 pheasants, 2 of them roosters. So I am absolutely disappointed in myself. Pulled out the camera, started recording because 12 roosters. There's 26, 27. So 12 roosters had flushed out of that pocket. By the time I pulled my camera out, they started flushing more, and there were 25, so I think I'm up to 27 now. That is a little honey hole. There's 28. So, the bad thing about that little honey hole is it is 100 yards off of walk-in hunting. So I cannot go there, which sucks. So because you never give up until you're in the truck driving away, Gerda and I, as we're getting back to the truck, we had a long walk. We took the ditch. And so, not prepared. I was not prepared. We didn't have the wind. And so, when she went on point, I was surprised, but not totally surprised. Ended up getting up one hen. And as I walked in there, I got up two more hens. Just pains me that I couldn't get a bird for her. So I walked a little further on. She goes on point again, kicks up a rooster. So once it clears my truck, because we're only 50 yards from the truck at this point, once he clears the truck, I pull the trigger. I'm not going to blame the shells, but I've got a box of, we'll say, Browning upland shells that are mixed in with my Fousek golden pheasants that are my favorite. Well, one of those Browning shells decided it didn't want to light off. So the one rooster that, yeah, he was dead to rights, of course, right? The one rooster I thought I was going to go get for, he flew off into the sunset. Yeah, you're the one who busted a covey today, aren't you? Hey, talking to you.